Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have our participants on board now, or do we need to wait a bit?
We'll have to wait 2-3 minutes.
Okay, you can keep the slides ready.
Yes.
So there are two PPTs, so one by one.
I hope everybody can see me.
Can you, hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Okay. So good afternoon. So we are towards the day 3 of our art therapy session, as you can see. So today we're going to cover the color psychology, how it impacts your colors and how do they impact your psychology. And the second thing we're going to cover is the emotions wheel. The third thing that we will do is, yesterday a student had asked about art journaling for anxiety and the exercises that you can do for handling anxiety. So we're going to cover that also, some exercises for that. So first and foremost, you can play slide 1. We'll start with color psychology first.
We'll just wait 1 more minute. The participants are still joining.
All right, you can wait. Yeah, sure, you can wait for another minute.
Ma'am,
I think
please
I'll
start.
record from my. I think I want to record from my side too. So just thinking if two people can record at the same time, one meeting.
I think only host is allowed to record.
Okay, all right. I get fidgety sitting.
You can,
Thinking I'll just record.
you can start.
Okay, so good afternoon. And today, what we're covering on day 3 of our art therapy workshop. How many participants do we have today?
We have 42 as of now, but I think
All
people
right.
are still
Okay.
joining.
Okay. So good afternoon to everybody. And first and foremost, we're going to what we are going to see today is about the art therapy fundamentals. And one of the fundamentals used in art therapy is the color psychology. Every color has got its own essence, its own vibration and its own meaning. So red generally signifies love, passion, energy. So whenever you see red, most of the things that you see, especially in restaurants, you see a lot of red because it kind of elevates your hunger hormone. So red is also associated with love. Whenever you go out on Valentine's Day, you gift red roses, red hearts, and the whole town is painted red. So red is a color. It's associated with the emotion of love, and therefore red you also see a lot brides wearing during the marriages because it is a festive color full of energy. So a lot of emotions are attached with red color. So it is a powerful color full of energy. It incites the hunger hormones. It also incites a lot of passion, love. So it signifies love too. That's why wherever you see hearts, you see on Valentine's and otherwise also you see red color hearts. So that is what this color has an impact on the psychology of people. Then you have orange color. Orange also gives a lot, it signifies loyalty, it signifies, peace, intellectual things, and bravery, confidence. So this slide is a little hazy, but then these are the kind of this therefore orange is used in the flag of our country also. So it signifies a lot of things on it. It's not just that flag is orange, green and white for no reason. Each color on the flag signifies one thing. So therefore, and yellow it gives, again, shows happiness, energy, and good times, cheer. So all colors that we have today have got a significant impact on the psychology. So when you are talking about art therapy, it's not that colors don't play a role. As I told you, red is associated with in weddings, in so many, it's fire, it's a emotion of fire, it's a emotion of love. So all these things are associated with it. And yellow is the color of sunlight. So sunlight gives us warmth, and it also symbolizes courage and happiness and wealth. And green is associated with nature, with growth, with healing. Normally in hospitals, whenever you step into a hospital, you see most of the curtains are green in color. Why is it? Why do you see hospitals have a lot of green and otherwise they have a lot of white? So the reason behind that is it inculcates harmony. It gives you a feeling of healing. And what is a hospital meant for? It is for healing. So why do they put that specific color and not red and yellow and purple and other colors there? Because of the significance, because it has an impact on your mind, it has an impact on your brain. So green is associated with the healing chakras, with all that. And then we're talking about purple. Purple is regal. It's about royalty. It's about sacredness. It's about spirituality and imagination. So that it elevates that emotion into in your mind. It gives rise to those emotions. It impacts your psychology, and that is how it impacts your mind. So that's the significance of the different colors. And then what about blue? Blue is signifies calm, signifies serenity, signifies peace. Just like when you go and look at the sky and the sea, you feel a sense of tranquility, you feel a sense of peace, a sense of calm. So that's what the blue color is associated with. So you see every color, turquoise also gives you emotional balance and emotional healing. So you have that mixture of green and blue, which is called as turquoise. So turquoise has that impact. And pink is a mixture of white and red. So it has the power of the red color and it has the softness of the white color. So it gives you enlightenment, it gives you wisdom, it's a sign of, it's healing for grief. And it also is there are five six energies of every color. So whatever it inculcates in it, we're talking about that today. So it is also the color of love and beauty, because you see women, when they are talking about women, they associate beauty of a woman, and then they always associate pink color with women? Why do they associate that when a baby girl is born, everything suddenly is pink? The balloons are pink, the blanket is pink, the romper is pink. The significance behind the pink color is that it is a color of beauty, so it is also associated with the females and other, girl child. And brown is associated with practicality. It is associated with stability. So it's an austere color. It's an earthy tone. Brown, jahan pe bhi, wherever it's used, used as an earthy tone. So then it is used for these things. And these are the various significance of different colors. And black shows class. It shows formality. It shows drama. So all these things are reflected from that. And then that's how these things are associated in art therapy also. When you make mandalas, when you create any piece of art, you create an emotions wheel, and you use certain colors, so you can assess your mental state, what is there inside you, and what you're thinking about. Each color has a significance. Each color has its own when you wear your gems, like I'm wearing green, I'm wearing emerald, so this has a different impact on my personality. So if I wear a red ruby, it will have a different thing on my aura. And that's why people suggest you also, when you go through all these various people, astrologers and all, they give you some stones. Why do they give it to you? They give you a pearl because it gives you peace and calm, because that's what is associated with the white color. The dove is white. Why? It gives you a sense of calm, it gives you a sense of peace, a sense of tranquility, and white color always is associated with that. So therefore, any astrologer will give you a white pearl to wear if you have anger issues. And at the same time will give you blue stones to make you calm. They will might give you light blue stones too, like, and there is yellow topaz, there is emerald, there's ruby, so, and there's amethyst. So every color has got a different impact on your brain. So it's a science, it's a complete science. And it's not that being, you can't deny it, because it's been there since ages. Colors. And so many people, if you talk to them, you talk to your grandmothers and mothers, they'll tell you, the astrologer told me to wear a coral. Why do they give you a coral? Because it's not because of its artistic beauty, because it has certain impact on your personality, on your emotions, and your well-being and health. So that is why these colors are also significant in art therapy, and they also translate your emotions, what you are thinking, and what you are trying to say through the colors that you've used in your art during the process of visual affirmations, during your art therapy exercises. So whenever you use a certain color, so you'll be able to associate, as I just told you, what is the significance of each and every color on our health, on our life. So basically, that is what color psychology is all about. Can you go to the next slide? So elaborating further on the same, red goes for excitement, love, strength, energy, passion. Blue goes for trust, peace, loyalty, competence. Yellow goes for happiness, energy, creativity, good times, and cheer. Green goes for nature, healing, growth. All the trees are green. So naturally they have chlorophyll in it. The pigment green is the chlorophyll. So it is associated with healing. Even doctors, when they tell you about healing your organs, they say you eat a lot of greens, you take a lot of green vegetables. Why do they say that? Because it has a lot of chlorophyll in it, which heals your system. So it's not just the color, it's the pigment. It's not just what. So there's a certain reason and science which goes behind it. And what is orange for? Orange is for success, sociability, bravery, friendliness. Pink is for sophistication. It implies some certain degree of sweetness about a person, compassion, playfulness. Purple signifies spirituality, royalty, faith. Black has another significance. It signifies drama, class, formality, also grief. When sometimes you see mourning during Christians, they only wear black color clothes. Why do they wear black color? Because it's mourning. Even in Muslims, when the Shias they do the majlis, they wear black color clothes because they are mourning the death of Imam Hussein. So black is a color associated with death, with grief, and also at the same time you see a lot of celebrities wear black to functions, which because it also signifies class and a formality too, because most of the uniforms that are they have a lot of black in it. And brown signifies longevity, friendliness, austerity. And so these are the significance of various colors and on the psychology. And we can go to the next slide now. Anger iceberg. So this is one of the sheets made by a child. So I just thought I'll just put it up. Basically, during our therapy, this is what happens about the anger management. How is it done for children? So you were talking about a lot of students had this question: How do I practice it? How do I practice it? They basically have a lot of questions. So then this is the way a child has depicted the built-up anger inside them. So this is an art journal by a child, and they've used words like attacked, exhausted. People say you're worthless. So the child becomes frustrated. He feels huge. So I was angry with my mother. We got into a heated argument about cleaning the house. I clean all the time, but my cleaning never meets a standard. So this is what the child has made. They've taken out their frustration on paper. And this is what art therapy is. This is what it does. It takes out your inner built emotions on paper, things we are not able to say. We are not able to say or express everything we feel. Sometimes we need other mediums to express ourselves. So art is a very good medium, and I would appreciate nobody scribbles that beautiful art journal by the child. So, please remove that if that's possible. And the thing is, this is just an example of that. So this is what I was really feeling underneath. So this is the tip of the iceberg. He was angry because the mother got angry and got in a heated argument about cleaning the house. And I clean all the time, but my cleaning never meets her standard, is what the child says, that it's not good. I'm not appreciated for my cleaning. So the anger comes on the surface. Inside, this like you're worthless, so your energies get exhausted, you feel attacked, you feel drained. So this is what the child is sad. So he's used those colors for that. You can go to the next slide. So now we talk about emotions, how painting, drawing emotions, creating an emotions wheel, designing a postcard. So these are various art therapy exercises. You can make an emotions wheel. You can put your various emotions onto it, and you have coloring books for emotions. So you go on the various online platforms like Amazon has got a lot of books on art therapy. For art journaling, you have separate books. You have art therapy books. You have mandalas. You have books for creating mandalas. You have books just for coloring mandalas also. So you can take the help of these art therapy books. They have a lot of exercises already onto it that you can create your journal. If you are clueless about how to go about it, you can just order one online. It's just for 200 to maximum 300 rupees, and then you can use those books for practicing art therapy. And there's then happiness. You can make for happiness, you make a collage related to a quote that speaks to you. So you write a good quote and then just elaborate on that and make a collage. You draw a wild invention. Sometimes children are like extremely creative. See, the telephone never existed, the bulb never existed, the tape recorder never existed, the music never existed, and it could never get translated if there was no tape recorder, if there was no music system. So children have got a lot of creativity in them, adults have a lot of creativity in them. Sometimes people don't understand because they have never seen anything like that before. So everything needs to be discovered and invented. So people think you are a bit crazy if you're talking about ideas which people don't have not seen it with their eyes. They feel, what is the other person talking to me about? Because somewhere down the line they feel that must be crazy because he's talking about something, so oblivious. So not everybody will understand your emotions, so you can just put it on your paper. So the aeroplane was invented just looking at a bird and how it flies, and they wanted to fly, and that's how that it was invented. So that's how all inventions took place. So you draw all your inventions that you want in future to happen, but they are not there in, available with you. So sanitizers, see, when COVID-19 hit, nobody had ever fathomed the idea of sanitizing tunnels. So it was just limited to small sanitizers, hospitals having small sanitizers. Now you have everything because people worked on it. The face shields and all those were associated with only with, space people and all that. You don't need shields here and there everywhere, but now these have been made, and people have come up with new inventions. So your brain is full of creativity, and if people don't understand, just put your inventions. It might be a wild invention, but it can take shape if you put it on paper and you affirm it and you believe in it. It'll be into being. You can draw animals you love. So a lot of people have this fetish for animals. They have that liking towards, they love, the animal lovers. So you can draw animals that you love, the pets that you don't have at home, that maybe you're not allowed to keep them at home, but you wish you had a good dog, you had a Pomeranian, you had a Spitz, or you had some other breed you wanted, and perhaps you want a cat, or so you want to have a cat at home, and somebody is allergic to the fur and they don't let you keep it. So you can just make pictures and draw the animals that you love. So I've seen children being very fond of birds, very fond of, I am a bird lover, so I love birds. Wherever I find them in my balcony, I just put food for them and water for them, and I feel happy about it. It gives me happiness. They are eating the food from my balcony, and I get happy looking at them do that. So I have several kinds of birds coming to my balcony. So they, during lockdown especially, the whole world was on a standstill. There were no cars, no pollution, so I could see all the birds coming. So it gives you pleasure, it gives you happiness. So if you are an animal lover, bird lover, you can do that. Then draw, color, or paint your idea of a perfect day or a perfect home. So you can draw or color or paint the idea of a perfect day. So there is nothing perfect in life, but then you can paint your own idea of how you want the things in your life to be, and gradually they do get into place, if not perfect. Then what do you expect? Relaxation? How? When you paint or color, while listening to music, you can paint, you can color, do your mandalas. You can, what is a mandala? It's a geometrical pattern of concentric circles. So tomorrow we are doing that only. So we'll be doing that in detail. Fourth day is about it. Draw something which choose colors that are relaxing and calming to you. Every person has got some color which they like. Somebody might like blue color, so they just can go with blue, shades of blue, different shades, and just make something in blue. And draw, paint, or sculpt outdoors. So you can go outdoors and sit in your lawn perhaps and do some sculpturing. You can take some modeling clay, you can take some of the plasticine available in the market and make some sculptures. So that again helps. And how do you deal with trauma and loss? You create a collage of your worries, turn illness into a masterpiece, paint someone who you have lost. Yes, I have a friend who keeps she does portraits. So she just recently pasted a picture of her husband. She had lost her husband very early. So she did a portrait of her husband, a beautiful oil painting, and in his memory. So she just painted that and posted on Facebook. So obviously that helps you to overcome your trauma and loss, and you somehow, relate to that picture, think about it. So that's the way you deal with art therapy. That's the way it helps you deal with your trauma and loss. Somehow when she painted that portrait of her, late husband, she felt somewhere close to him because she was missing him. And so, that's the way you can deal with it. You can go to the next slide. 15 art ideas. So when you feel stuck, so you are, we're talking about when you're stuck, there comes a point where you have a writer's block. You also have a block in your mind for doing art. Sometimes it is sitting. You want to create something, but nothing is happening now. How do you overcome that block? So you have to create an emotion through art, draw your sadness, paint your excitement, portray your inner thoughts through a piece, illustrate your best friend in your favorite media, draw something that challenges you, make a mess, work with your favorite quote, work. So you just get on. So you need some triggers to start. Somewhere you need something, some prompt to start. So you just put a quote and start drawing about it, or put down an emotion, or something which motivates you. And that is how you can, just do some sketching perhaps, because I've seen that children do a lot of sketching and scribbling. So that is obviously an enjoyable activity. So art, that is part of art therapy. If you enjoy sketching, if you, maybe it's just a mundane boring lecture and you see children sitting at the back side of the copies, they are scribbling and they're making the face of the teacher. So that happens very often, and because the lecture becomes boring, and I hope nobody is doing that to me, or maybe I hope that they actually are doing that, because then they are practicing art therapy. So that is what happens when they get bored. They just keep scribbling, and I can't deny the fact that even when I was in school, I used to, during my Hindi class, I used to go back to the back side of the copy and I used to start scribbling and making the face of the teacher, or sketching her face, or sketching somebody else's face. So that is what happens. So you know you can do that. So sketching is a very good way to keep you busy at times, and it relieves you from the boredom. So I think that ends the presentation, number one, or there is one more slide in that?
One more slide.
One more slide. Yeah, the emotional equations. See, what is despair? Despair is suffering without meaning, which minus the meaning. And disappointment is expectations versus reality. We expect that we get this, we don't get it, we get disappointed. So the reality is different from the expectation. We want the child to, ace and become a topper and become, a pilot, but the child ends up becoming, a designer. So somewhere parents feel that, oh my God, the child has gone into fashion designing and I wanted him to be an engineer. The disappointment comes when expectations are different from what the reality is. And regret happens where disappointment is there, and and the onus of responsibility is on you. Jealousy is mistrust over self-esteem. Envy is pride over kindness. So when you're envious of people, you have vanity. You are like you're not ready to accept the other person's success, or whatever it is. And these are the kind of emotional equations that happen. What is anxiety? It is when you're uncertain about something and your powerlessness, you experience powerlessness, you can't change it. Then you experience anxiety. Now, what is uh, integrity? It is authenticity and reliability. So when you get into these equations, what is happiness? Wanting what you have, having what you want. So these are the kind of emotional equations of life. So these have been put down for you to go through them. And now you can go to another slide, or the next PPT. Okay, yes, this is another art exercise where the children suffer from body image problem, body shaming, and all those things. You don't have a good complexion, you don't have a beautiful, body, or you don't have good height, or maybe you don't have good eyes, or whatever. They have been body shamed and they feel there's nothing good about them, and suddenly they experience this period of feeling low. So in that case, you pen down five things which people appreciate about you. What is good about you? Maybe you are attractive. Maybe you are you have you have very beautiful legs. So you can put that down. You have a good shape of your lips. You have good full lips, and you have whatever. So you can just put all those four five things which are positive about you. So this is an exercise for that. That's how you do it. And the next one, next slides. The next, yeah. So when you go through art journals, you need a lot of prompts. So you can use these prompt words like courage, on one day, on doorways on one day. When you're stuck with a problem, you can, use doorways. You can draw and paint doorways to show how you can escape out of that problem. Then day three is with collage papers. Day four is butterflies. So you feel freedom when you do butterflies, small, big, of different colors, and magical forest, something which gives you that freedom to think beyond the visible. So a magical forest, something which is not existing but is there in your mind, and you wish things were like that. So a magical forest has a lot of scope you can paint on this particular prompt. So this is an art therapy, art journaling prompt. And then scrape and splatter, abstract florals. Abstract florals are just beautiful. Like most of my paintings, if I tell you, are about landscapes, and they're about florals. And florals are not like botanical florals, like you go to a botany class and you draw the stamen and the pistil and it's coming out like that. So it's not like they have that quality. So it's abstract florals is very very relaxing to paint. Finger painting for children with disabilities, special children who have fine motor skill problems. For them, finger painting is very good. They cannot hold a brush properly, and they have fine motor issues. So for them, finger painting. Also for small children, it is there for preschoolers and primary children. But finger painting is also a way of art therapy for children dealing with autism or any kind of disability. Now, feathers. So you can just make an art journal making different kind of feathers, and you can collect feathers of the various birds like sparrows and pigeons and crows that are visiting you in your home. And just they have this where feathers, they drop off the feathers, just collect them, and you can also see pictures and draw them. So it depends where. Nowadays you have Google, so you can have reference pictures from there. Then across the ocean back home. So, and you could also use a art journal using good memories. You can use abstract figures. You can write a poem with the art journal if you love writing poetry. And you have, yesterday somebody asked me, or day before yesterday, about the poetry thing on art therapy. And then bouquet of flowers, wings to fly. So all these things, and people who suffer from anxiety can also let go of their fears and anxiety by making few balloons, and putting all those thoughts that worry you inside the balloon, and let it float. Now I'm going to come to something. Yesterday a child had asked me about art therapy exercises for anxiety. So so I've put down few exercises for you. One is a minute brain dump. 1 minute brain dump. What you do is you make a thought bubble. You make a thought bubble. Inside the thought bubble, you write words, and you draw those things to dump everything which is bothering you inside your mind. So, and you feel anxious about those things. So that is a dump. Dump means that you're dumping your worry on it. So a 1 minute brain dump helps you to put it, make a picture, make a thought bubble and put all those feelings of anxiety. So this is one exercise. Then mind map anxiety. What is that? Mind map anxiety is you have to label the components that are contributing to your anxiety. So mind mapping. From there you understand what is mind mapping. You go to all the triggers that lead you to become anxious and nervous. So you what triggers the situation, the emotional feelings, the physical feelings that happen, your negative thoughts, and how you will use the calming techniques. So use all those in your mind mapping this thing. Then there is something called as gratitude journaling. It really helps. See, no matter how many things we are blessed with, they are never enough. Actually, God has blessed each of us with different things. So even if you lose one eye today, you will realize how important it is, or one hand, or one finger even. So, or one lung or one kidney gets affected, you'll realize how blessed you are. So gratitude is all about that. What you already have, your children, your body, your hands, your limbs. You're not an invalid person. You're not sitting on a wheelchair, and you are a healthy person, healthy adult. So you have to put all those things, that helpful colleagues, helpful friends, you have financial stability, you have some good work. So whatever is there which is positive in your life, you have to put a gratitude journal for that. Now another art therapy exercise is about creating mandala drawing, which I will do because tomorrow's class about mandalas. That also helps in reducing anxiety. So how do you the geometric patterns put you in a meditative state and all that. So that again is, and then creating patterns, then tangles, doodling, drawing patterns. So inside patterns is which is called as mesentangles. So that is there. And then yesterday I told you about the visualization techniques. I told you about the affirmation techniques. All those are also helpful in relieving your anxiety. And that's what our therapy helps you to combat it. I'll give you different ways to do it. And the thing is, you have to keep practicing it. It will help you. And in case you still feel you're not well, then please go to a doctor and get yourself some help from there too. So our therapy is just to, it covers a few things, but if in case it still is not helping, then you need further help. So please don't hesitate to do that. Our therapy does not say that you don't go to a doctor, and it is an alternative way of dealing with things. But then at the same time, some people might show very good results, but some people might not also. So that is differs from one person to the other. I have seen a lot of people coping well with these mechanisms, and somewhere down the line, they themselves wanted to also, and they had this right thing that they don't want to go into the wrong things and artificial things. So that's why it helped them, because from inside they wanted to do these things. And you can put all those affirmation cards like this too shall pass. Breathe, calm, I am calm, I live in peace. The future is good, I am free, and I'm not in danger, I'm comfortable. This will become easier. I have control over my thoughts. So, all these things are like affirmation cards that help you to reflect on your affirmations, these anxious feelings that you are carrying with you. They will somehow get sidelined when you keep on affirming, when you keep on doing the brain dump exercise, when you keep on doing these mind mapping things, gratitude, you practice gratitude on a daily basis. And so these things, so yesterday some child had asked, I don't know who, but somebody had asked about art therapy exercise for anxiety. So here I've given you 10 exercises, and mandala is one of them. So there are like 10 exercises for anxiety that I just enumerated with you. So I hope you understood that. Now we go to the next PowerPoint.